Barton Fink was released in 1991. This is directed by Joel Cohen, written by Joel Cohen and Ethan Cohen, with a cast including John Turturro, John Goodman, Judy Davis, John Mahoney, and various others. We have a great cast, great performances. I wanted to watch this for John Mahoney, but if I discovered it randomly, I still would have given it a watch because the narrative really sounded like it would appeal to me. It's about a playwright in the 1940s who moves to LA to try and write for Hollywood, but it's not going to be an easy transition. And it's basically all about our protagonist, Barton Fink, trying to make his way in Hollywood and the problems that he encounters and exploring the environment. And I love that concept. I love 1940s Hollywood, and it just disappointed. It wasn't tremendously bad. It wasn't overly boring. Maybe my expectations were too high, but I am completely the target audience for this. So I went in hoping for not necessarily too many specific things, but I did want it to be an engaging, thought-provoking, fascinating experience. And it was just fine. Now, fine is not bad. Many films are just fine. But because I really, really liked the sound of this, I guess it makes me a little bit more disappointed because I didn't really care for it. I loved the concept. The execution was average at best, at least in terms of the story itself. It's just a little bit messy. It's quite slow, and it's just not that engaging. Not every single scene, but for the bulk of the film. On the plus side, the character writing is great. And the interactions between the characters are very believable. We have some really great performances. The cast as well being great really does help. Visually, quite satisfying. We have some great sets and costumes. It's very atmospheric. It was easy to feel like I was there with the characters on their journeys. So that certainly helped. And as I said, I love 1940s Hollywood. So at least feeling like I'd been transported back in time there, that part of it certainly worked very well. We also have a great use of sound and music. So there are some really strong elements. It's just the story itself, the way that it's told, it's not engaging, it's a little bit messy, and it didn't deliver what I hoped it would. All of that being said, I still recommend it if you're the target audience. If you're just looking for a good story and a good experience, then I wouldn't recommend it as your next watch. But if there is something about this that specifically appeals to you, I'd say give it a go because there are enjoyable elements. It's certainly not as good as it could have been. Mostly the story, everything else absolutely fine. Just the way the narrative has been handled, I don't think it worked very well. But nevertheless, I didn't not enjoy it. I just didn't love it. Barton Fink ultimately is a fine film, and if it does appeal to you, then I'd say it's probably one that's worth watching.